Hey, Reading Christian Fellowship, it's John Kraft. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. We take each Thursday to look at Scripture, to think about how we are living our lives in the midst of a shutdown. And as we take some time to think about how we live our lives now, some of us feel like liberties are restricted, like we don't have freedom. My mind kind of wandered back to Acts chapter 16. Now, we've taken some time to look at Acts chapter 16 as we gave the introduction to our study on the book of Philippians, because in Acts 16, you see the beginning of that church that Paul planted, as you see him minister to Lydia there by the riverside. You see him cast a demon out of a servant girl. And that act actually set some things in motion where Paul and Silas are thrown into prison. And it's in this time that I want to focus our attention this afternoon. Because as you see Paul and Silas, they go before the magistrates, before the judges, they're beaten. And then it says this: having received this order, the order to put Paul and Silas into prison, the jailer put them into the inner prison and fastened their feet in the stocks. Now, you talk about the restriction of movement. You talk about a very serious, not stay-at-home order, but a stay-right-here order. They are in the deepest dungeon available. And not only are they put in the deepest dungeon available, but their feet are put into the stocks. They have no freedom at all. And yet we see them respond quite a bit differently, maybe, than I would. As it says in the next verse, about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God. Even in the midst of their complete and utter lack of freedom, where they had been abused by governmental authorities, it says that they were praying and they were singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. And suddenly, there was a great earthquake, so that the foundation of the prisons were shaken, and immediately all the doors were opened and everyone's bonds were unfastened. A couple of just immediate consequences that we see in this account. One, God is glorified because Paul and Silas are focused on Jesus. Secondly, you see that the jailer and his household come to faith in Jesus Christ. But most importantly, I want you to remember one important fact, is that as Paul and Silas are praying and singing hymns, God is there with them. God is listening to them, and God is answering them where they are. They don't need to go to a specific place. They don't need to be gathered with specific people. God is walking with them. And in the midst of this time, again, we get so frustrated that we don't have the ability to gather together. We look forward with hope to the day that we can. And yet we know that in the meantime, God is with us. In the meantime, God is listening. In the meantime, God will answer where I am, where you are. And so in the midst of all of this, don't lose patience. Don't grow weary. Don't give up hope, because the God of the universe is with you. He's listening, and he will answer. Everyone, we love you so much. We miss you beyond belief. I can't wait to be able to gather together again as a church. I can't wait to be there on a Sunday morning and see you show up. But until then, we're gathering together online, 9 o'clock and 11, for worship, for a time of communion, and for a time focused on the Word as we continue thinking about the life of David. I've been really excited about this study. Can't wait to share some really, really important thoughts with you this week. Everyone, thanks for watching. God bless.